Hello and welcome to another episode of What Do You Call It? Podcast. I'm your host, GB. Last week I gave a shout out to a few countries. I'd also like to add the United States of America. I've now charted there in the top 120. That is a specific number. But yeah, that's where I'm at currently. So thank you to the folks overseas for listening to the podcast. It's much appreciated. And for anyone else that just listens and views my stuff on YouTube, it means so much for the continued support. Keep up, people, and I will not let you down with the products that I bring out. Make you sound like a drug dealer then. Great start, great start. Enough about me drug dealing. So today is certainly making waves on the British wrestling scene right now. Please welcome main event Mac, Denzel Mack. Denzel, how you doing this week? You all good?
I'm all good. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Honestly, mate, I'm very glad to have you on. I spoke to you at
Thank
the
you.
show last week, and I said like we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be good. Thank you for coming on. Been paying attention to you since last year, commentating a few matches now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm not gonna discuss the matches just yet because what I want to do, Denzel, is actually rewind the clocks, and I want to get to know you a bit more. I want to
Yeah.
discover how you became a fan of professional wrestling.
Oh, that's a good question. I think it was, I feel like I was about 6, 7 years old. I always remember like being in and around like playing the games on GameCube,
Hmm.
PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, Xbox One. And then like I think just yeah, I was always playing the games. I've got like every single game going back to like 2001. I've played
Oh, you
and
still got them
literally
now?
yeah, I've still got them to this day in the loft somewhere. But yeah, that reminds me, I need to buy the one that came out today. But
Okay, new question.
um,
New question. Top five wrestling games. Go.
SmackDown Goes War 2007, Shut Your Mouth 2008, 2012, and 2000 and I'll say 20. It was either 23 or 24 that was a good one. One of them was really bad. The other one was really good.
Uh, is that the one? What's it called? Came out during the pandemic, didn't it? Or was it before?
After that, not the one with Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns, but the one straight after that.
Who's on the cover of that? It's not Rey Mysterio, is it?
I think it would be, yeah, 23, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like it was just glitches everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
It's horrific.
And you can't play it online at all.
One more game. You got one more to include in that list, by the way.
Oh, okay.
That one game.
2006 was quite good as well.
Brilliant game. Brilliant game.
Yeah.
There's going to be some fans out there, by the way, Denzel. Oh, you already turned heel on the podcast because you've not said No Mercy
No
or Here
Mercy,
Comes
which
the
one's
Pain.
that?
It was on the, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, I remember Here Comes the Pain. I don't remember the No Mercy one though.
So, WF No Mercy, it came out on N64
Oh,
and
that's right. I only
it's
had what my
it's
brother had back then.
sort
So
of
if
my
he had the game, then I
generation.
had it
Like
too.
anyone sort of a certain age automatically says either Here Comes the Pain or WF No Mercy, and people just gravitate towards either of them. Me personally, Here Comes the Pain. I spent more time in it. I think for me personally, it's aged better. Some of the
Yeah,
graphics to this day, I'm just like, doesn't really look out of place compared to
yeah.
some of the WWE games. I'm sorry, there's some little fans out there, but yeah. So you're already a bad guy. Boo Denzel, boo Denzel. But no,
Uh,
that's cool, mate. You've given me your
yeah.
list. So
And I think
actually,
also my mum used to
hmm,
watch wrestling as well. Like I think that way before I was born. And then she got my brother into it. And then my brother and my cousin were like doing all the moves on me when I was young. So I was like that, yeah, I was the dummy for like all the moves, and then I just got it like beaten to me eventually.
have you returned the favor, by the way? Just considering the size of you now.
I've been telling my brother to jump in the ring, but he doesn't want to listen. I think he's scared now.
You always got an excuse now. Oh, I'm busy now. Oh yeah, I'm watching.
Exactly. He's always talking about, oh, my ankle hurts, my ankle hurts. You haven't even got in the ring yet.
Have they? Have your family seen you wrestle? By the way, I'm sort of jumping the gun.
Um, my brother has come to a couple of my shows, and my aunts and cousins came to the Bromley show where I faced Champagne Charlie. But no, my mum hasn't seen me wrestle yet.
Ah, nice. Is it
Not in
maybe
person
one
anyway. She's
day
seen
or?
the clips. Yeah. I think every time I've invited her, she's been working or busy or something. But yeah.
Mate, you're still pretty early in the career, but I've jumped the gun a little bit, but I had to ask you that question as well.
Yeah,
Denzel, tell me what actually inspired you to become a pro wrestler? I know you mentioned about being a dummy for your
yeah,
family, doing the moves and you, but when was
yeah.
it you knew that, okay, I want to give it a go. I want to try this at least.
Um, I don't know. Like, thinking back on it, I think I always knew that I was going to do it at some point. I think I can't remember. I remember being really young, and it was just like one of those things like, oh, kids want to be a doctor and all that, and it's like you would expect yourself to like grow out of it, but I
Yeah.
guess I just never did, and I always like wanted to like do it. I think yeah, I was probably about I was like less than 10 years old. I think yeah, like really young.
Did you have any teachers or anyone else saying, don't do it, it's a waste of time?
Uh, Probably. I feel like I remember someone saying that it's not a thing in this country, which
Yeah.
for like, the longest time I didn't think it was until I was walking in a shopping center one time and I just saw a poster for a promotion and then started Googling and I was like, oh, we actually have wrestling here. Okay.
Yeah. And then sort of develop the fandom, and then you'd actually go on to do it. Where did
Yeah.
you begin your training, mate?
So in 2019, like right before COVID, I did one session over at Genesis Pro
Hmm.
and I really enjoyed it. I was definitely going to go back. And then I think like a few weeks later, COVID started to become a thing. I said I was going to finish college first.
Yeah.
And by the time I did finish college, I didn't even get to fully finish because of COVID. So then COVID
Ah,
happened and lockdown and everything. And then it wasn't until 2023 that I saw there was a wrestling school near me, Play Fight, where I train at now.
yeah.
It's like 20 minutes from me. And then yeah,
Is
that's
that
just what.
Cara Noir?
Yeah, car in a while. Yeah, yeah.
Mate, you got to tell me about this. Just tell me about the school, what goes into it, like the actual coaching. Even if you had any personal difficulties, maybe with the bumps, the fitness. I mean, I've seen how you are in the ring. It's not a challenge, but just anything that might surprise me, even when you did first start doing the training.
Um, I remember the first time I went there, I was really nervous
Hmm.
because it was like, oh, I've wanted to do this for so long. What if I start doing it and I don't enjoy it or something like that? Um, But I think because I've got like a background in taekwondo and playing a lot of sports when I was younger and basketball.
Hmm.
I think physically I was fine with it. It was just yeah, it was like you see it on TV all the time and then you don't actually like realize how much goes into it.
Yeah,
So it's quite surprising at that. But no, it's like ever since I've started, I've loved it.
but you got
Still
rid of the
enjoy it. It's
nerves.
just so much fun. Yeah, yeah.
As I can tell, it's quite evident in your work. I've seen you catch 22 as a fan. I've commentated for your stuff, but I
Well,
want
that's
to
another
talk
place that I
about
train at Catch 22 as well.
what's that, mate?
That's another place I train at Catch 22 and DKW as well.
Oh, with Mike Bird as
Yeah, Mike Bird.
the
Yeah.
I can imagine he's a good coach. He's been around for a while, and he
Yeah,
knows
really
it.
good. Yeah, I love Mike.
Tell me about the DKW Academy as well. Someone that I represent, DK Lucas.
I've got the t-shirt over there somewhere in the wardrobe. No, I really love DK working at DK as well and just training there because it's like it's just such a nice environment. Everyone there's like the nicest group of people.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's just a really great opportunity that they give everyone, like being able to get onto shows and stuff. And like the trust that they put into like their trainees is really, really good.
Do you know what I really appreciate about DKW and just even yourself? Like, even
Yeah,
though you're, I'd say quite advanced, and maybe people might be surprised that you're still doing training on a regular basis. I
yeah,
can imagine some wrestlers, they've done like a couple of months or maybe a year max, and they just want to do shows, and that's it.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I mean, that's fine, but
yeah,
the fact that you still want to improve on what you're
yeah,
doing, I absolutely admire that as a fan.
yeah. Yeah, no, there's still like so much more stuff that I want to like be able to do
Yeah,
and just get confident at and like training is always the best way to do that.
yeah, no,
And just
definitely.
getting like so many different perspectives on things as well from like different trainers, different coaches is like really beneficial as well.
Yeah, exactly. You can pick their brains and learn.
Yeah, yeah,
You can learn something new every day.
yeah, exactly. That's why I love doing car rides with people. You're locked in a car for like 2 hours for someone who you can just pick them for 2 hours.
If there's any stories, I mean, if you can't share them here, I will ask you after this. I do need to know. I don't really get the luxury. I just go to the show. I don't really get there too early because I just speak. That's it. So that obviously I had to rush off. So when I did the commentary last week,
Yeah.
Arsenal playing, and I missed the first half, but there was a pub around the corner. So I was like, "See that, guys?" I shook everyone's hand. And I was like, "Yeah, it's the fastest I've run in years." and then we go on to draw the game, and I actually made it for Bruno Fernandes' free kick. Uh,
Oh.
but yeah, that's hard time being an Arsenal fan at the moment. But yeah, Denzel, tell me about your official in-ring debut, the first ever match you had in front of a crowd.
First ever match I had in front of a crowd was last year, May the 4th, be with you. It was for Thanet Pro Wrestling.
Hmm.
They do like a annual outdoors, what's the word that they call it? Just like an annual outdoors, like one of those carnival festival type of things
Yeah.
with higher wrestling to do like a few hours of a couple of matches and stuff like that. So that's where I had my first ever match there last year in May. And my first match was a Rumble match. And I don't think the promoter knew at that point I had never had a match before
Oh,
because he
really?
wanted me to come in at number one and then be in there till like the final four. I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, go on then." I was like,
Are
"Okay."
you sure, mate? Like,
I didn't tell him until after like that was
yeah.
my match, and yeah, yeah. But no, it went really well, and he was quite impressed with it. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. I
Nice.
went,
You had
yeah,
fun as well.
yeah, came in number one. Number two was Alexander Lockhart, someone that I trained with at Play Fight.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine. And yeah, no,
So that
it
must
was,
have made it a bit easier for you that you had
yeah,
your mate training,
definitely. Because
like you've trained
yeah,
with, and did he make it to the final four?
nah, I think I eliminated him like fairly early.
Yeah.
That would have been easy.
Ah, fair play. Shook hands
But yeah,
after,
no, it
though,
was
I think.
really helpful having him in there because like we just did stuff that we had already done before in training,
Yeah.
and it just took the pressure off a lot.
Nah, that's wicked, mate. It's wicked. Is that when you was Victor Lee? And then you go obviously
Yes.
to transition into Denzel
Yeah.
Mack, main event Mack. Tell me about
Yeah.
Victor Lee, by the way, just at first. Why did you transition into who you are now?
Victor Lee. I thought it just sounded like victory, so I was like, okay,
Yeah. Oh,
Victor Lee,
yeah.
Victor Lee. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna
Fucking hell.
start racking up wins as Victor Lee.
I quite like it now.
Yeah.
It's not too late to change it back, is it? I'm just...
Yeah, I thought I liked it too until Mike Bird especially told
Yeah.
me, yeah, it's a terrible name,
Oh, Mike.
among some other things.
We really gonna listen to this veteran who's pretty much done it all in the
To be
UKC.
fair, it was quite a few people. I think him, Cara Noir said it. Danny Black had also said it.
Well, no,
Yeah,
that's just not a good
quite a
name.
few people. Yeah.
If anyone wants a new wrestling name, Victor Lee is now available.
I lost the rights to that name to Ashley, so it's fine.
Ah,
And I leave the unit.
not available. No.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool. I mean, and then I see. I think the first show I saw you, I actually saw you twice in 1 month, and it was my commentary debut, and it was you DKW. Was that
Yeah.
your debut for them?
Was that which one is that?
Now I've got to remember who your opponent was. Was it
Was
Ashley?
it Ashley? Yeah, that was my DK debut.
Yes.
Official one, other than like a mock show that we
Yeah.
had on. Yeah, that
I
was
can't
like
believe
my
that was
official
literally
debut.
your first show there, and the
Yeah,
fact that
that
you've
was
only
my
been doing
first.
it for what, just over a
At
year?
that point, I would have had my first match about 2 months prior,
Yeah.
and that was like my first booking match. Because the Thanet match that we did was more of our friend that we trained with had worked with him a year before and brought us along,
Hmm.
and then that's how we sort of got it. But that was like the first one that I was like I had actually got booked on, so that was really cool.
Bloody
And it
hell.
was my first singles match as well.
And then what's the team? I'm trying to remember now, top of my head. It was Levi's team. You was on. Obviously, one
Yeah,
week you're working as a not so much a fan favorite, but at
yeah,
the same time you're kind of enjoying it. You're back and forth with the crowd, and you're
yeah,
embracing it. But obviously they can't deny your talent. But then the week after, you're just like, yeah, I fucking love it.
yeah. I do love being a good guy.
You prefer it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, they've both got their advantages. I
Yeah,
like just saying whatever I want as a bad guy,
yeah,
and like not fearing as much or like biting my tongue as much as when I'm a good guy. But at the same time, when I'm in the ring as a good guy, I get to just do all like my cooler stuff.
yeah.
Because my moveset is basically just like moves that I like doing or some like moves that my favorite wrestlers have done. So it's just like it's fun to just do that stuff as well.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I personally, I would lean more towards the good guy side,
Yeah.
especially in DKW. I saw after one of the shows, I think it's like the halftime bit, and they all just coming up to you, even though they'll booing you 1 minute, they still,
Yeah, yeah.
they want to get a picture. And I'm not going to say the individual's name I said it to, but I said, I think if I was going to change a character, I'd say Denzel, babyface, top, babyface. Just such a likable person, and I think fans are booing you because you're putting work into it, but
Yeah,
I think it'll be easier for them to cheer you. This is my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I wonder I'll get that DKW babyface one.
Go on, Lucas. Do it. Do it. Founder,
I
founder.
did tell him the other day though, no, I want to stay a bad guy. I like it. Because
I
it's
can,
the only
I can imagine
promotion that I
being.
consistently work bad guy at. So
Yeah.
it's just nice to like get the reps in as a bad guy.
You were quite mouthy last week in the triple threat with
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
O and Pete Miller. I think it's the loudest I've heard you been in the match. Like,
I know, I'm always running my mouth or something.
I was a bit convinced. I was like, is he going to be a dick on the podcast? Or and then I spoke to you after. I was like, oh, actually, he's right. He's all right. He's cool. Oh God, we are just ruining the business right now with this conversation.
I know. Maybe in it.
Hey, Jim Cornette won't be happy with this. Fuck. So we discussed DKW, but how's it been performing for Catch 22?
Catch 22, like, it's one of like the more nerve-wracking promotions that I work for.
Hmm.
That's because it's like I'm on a card with like my teachers and Simon and us, Mike Trevay and Mike Bird and
Yeah.
Danny Black. So it's like, oh wow, these guys teach me Monday to Friday, and now I'm like on the same card as them. So that's just like
Mm.
mad to me.
Mate, on the
But no, it's
posters
really
with
good.
them.
Yeah, I know. I saw the first poster, I was like, what? But yeah, no, it's really cool. And yeah, no, it's a really good promotion to work for. Really good shows, really good crowd, and just yeah, if you haven't been to one, you got to get down to one.
Nah, they're good. I enjoyed the show I went to last year in Essex. I couldn't go to the last one. It was actually birthday weekend, and
Oh,
I don't remember most of it, but it was a good weekend for me. But no, it's a good company. DKW, I absolutely adore.
yeah,
It's, I'm not going to lie about it. Obviously, I have some links to them, commentary.
yeah,
You can follow them on social media, DKW Academy. But who in DKW have you got your eye on at the moment? I know you've got big tag team match next weekend.
yeah,
Tell
yeah.
me more about that.
Me and Lincoln Spector, we're taking the gold.
Whoop,
We're
whoop.
gonna prove that we're the best in DKW. And yeah, I finally get to beat Ashley. So I'm looking forward to
I love this little feud you have with Ashley.
it. He
Don't
got a
harm
lucky,
him,
no, he got a lucky win over Victor Lee. He hasn't beat Denzel Mack.
Victor. I love the name. I'm so convinced. I know
I'm pretty
like these are
sure I've
like
already beat
actual
him.
pros and like legends, who've been doing it for years, but just like a kid sometimes. Victor Lee's great. I'll move on for Italy. It's back in my mind. I need to shout about it. But one thing I've got to say about you, mate, you're not just like a powerhouse. You're
Yeah,
agile. You've got good ring awareness, and
yeah,
it's mental. I didn't actually know you've been doing it. I actually thought you've been doing it a bit longer, maybe
yeah,
like 2, 3 years max, maybe.
yeah.
But the fact that you've been doing it for just over a year now,
Oh
no,
no, 2 years. I've
two
had my
years.
first match just last year, May, but I've
Oh,
been training since February 2 years
yeah.
ago.
But the
So
fact
yeah,
that
just
your
over
first
2 years
match was
now.
still
Yeah,
only in
yeah,
May, and then the fact
yeah.
that you progressed, yeah, you look like a polished talent already. So
Thank
I've
you.
got to say, do you have any specific goals that you want to achieve? I'm not talking about DKW
Yeah,
Academy or Catch 22 or even Play Fight, but
yeah,
just next few years, Denzel, what do you personally want to achieve in terms of titles, promotions,
yeah,
opponents, even, or even
yeah.
like, traveling?
Next few years, I would say I want to be more known around the British wrestling scene.
Hmm.
I've held a few championships and I've just had ticked off some of like the dream matches I would say that I have on the scene. And just yeah, more matches, more reps, more opportunities,
I'd like to see you and
and
Levi.
more
I
wins. Yeah, that's one I'm looking forward to as well.
think that'd be good.
We had a little in the 6-man tag, but yeah, no, 1-on-1 would definitely it's definitely on the cards, hopefully one day.
I think that'd be good, mate. Honestly, I think that could be a future main event. Obviously, you are main event Mac, but for Catch 22 at least, yeah, I think that'd be wicked, mate. Fun question to ask you, Denzel.
Yeah,
This doesn't have to be wrestling related, so we can take
yeah.
a break from that, and I will shut up about Victor Lee. Um,
Thank you.
so, no. So, three dream dinner guests for your dream party. You can invite anyone you want, but you only get three guests. It can be a fictional character, a non-fictional character, your neighbor, someone you went to college with, The Rock, anyone, mate.
Yeah.
Three. Let me try again. Three quick reasons as to why you want them there. Go. Give me the first one.
Okay. Could I do three people as one?
If you explain why, go for it.
I just want to get the New Day because those guys are just so much fun.
Nice.
No, I love the New Day. I've always wanted to just just see their banter.
I reckon. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to eat my food because I'll just be laughing too much at all of it. Big
Think he
E
would
just
be
cracks me
there
up.
doing something silly with popcorn or something.
Like Big E, the things he does, like he just doesn't even have to do much, anything like comedy or little things he does with his body and do 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 do.
And then he'll just randomly do the splits.
He's so fucking athletic though. That's the thing. But he's a big kid as well. I hope he comes back. I really
Yeah,
do
definitely.
hope Big E comes
I really
back.
thought he was coming back at the Royal Rumble.
I thought that as well. I mean, that New Day heel turn. Oh my God.
So unexpected.
Oh, it kind of got spoiled for me a little bit because I don't really start for Raw, but I watched it a little bit and no
Mm.
one really fully explains to me what they did.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
actually was going in thinking, have they turned heel for the sake of it, or is it on each other, or
yeah.
something like that.
Mm.
But I thought it was like Kofi and Woods turning each other on. But then the way
Yeah,
it was
that's what I thought would
executed,
have happened, but
oh
the way
my
they did it was
God.
like way better, I think.
Oh, mate, it was so fucking good. I love it.
We've been waiting for years for them to like be able to like get to do something else.
Yeah, I think especially Woods, where Kofi's
Mm.
had to run, Big E's
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
run, but Woods never. I mean, he got King of the Ring, but would you
yeah,
really put that at the same level as WWE title?
yeah, yeah.
But I think they're a fantastic stable, one of the greatest stables of all time. Gotta ask you, who's your favorite New Day member, Denzel?
Oh. I've got to say Kofi.
Yeah,
That's because I've been a fan of him since like the SOS days. So like yeah, just watching him go from like a
when he
Jamaican,
was Jamaican.
yeah.
I
Watching him go from a Jamaican to a Ghanaian has really been something.
loved it. And then what? Who's it? Not Shawn Michaels. Triple H was like, "What's new Jamaican? What happened to your accent?" It was
Yeah.
brilliant. And then Kofi didn't, follow up with it. It was like, "Oh, oh, mate, I love the New Day." Hello there. I've got a special announcement for my next guest.
Folks, it's the earthquake and pillar shaking, meat popping, jaw dropping. The one you come to see, the man made for TV, BT Double B, Big Trouble Ben Bishop. And you can hear me on the What Do You Call It podcast with my guy, GB.
You heard. Can I ask you one last question?
Yeah.
Is there anyone right now in the wrestling scene? I know you asked about it in a few years, but is there any
Yeah.
wrestlers you want to call out for a match before the summer?
Before the summer. Okay.
Yeah. The opportunity's your
Anyone
way.
on
They're
the
getting
scene?
tagged. They're getting tagged.
Anyone on the scene? Oh, this is a tough one. Who on the scene? Just one person.
If you wanna call out a few more wrestlers that you want to wrestle, then I'll let you have
Okay.
more than one.
Levi is one for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely
That,
want that.
I mean, I mentioned that one earlier. I'd love to say that as a fan. Be brilliant.
Yeah. I said this to him the other day. I'm gonna beat him one day. Spike Trevay. I'm
That'd be
gonna
good
keep
match.
calling him out. One of my teachers. That'll be a really fun match. Um, who else? I would definitely want a match with Michael Oku. That would be a really fun.
That'd be a good one. Yeah.
Someone at like that level is like, yeah, that's
He's
crazy.
wicked. Yeah. I remember seeing him like in Rev Pro like just before the pandemic. And just
Yeah,
before he really blew up, yeah, the match with Ospreay and stuff. And I was like,
yeah,
oh, he's
yeah,
got something. He's still
yeah,
young, but and then yeah, he's look where he is now.
yeah.
But I think that'd be three good opponents: Levi, Oku, and
Spike Trevay.
I don't know, memory like a goldfish. I didn't get on Fight Gervais bandwagon until like a year or two ago.
Mm,
I don't know why. I think when he was kind of developing progress, I kind of tuned out a little bit because there's so much fucking wrestling, mate.
yeah,
And I saw
yeah,
him live. I was like, fuck, he's good. He's good.
yeah. Like ridiculously good at his whole
Yeah.
work.
It's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm late to the party. Like, please forgive me. Like, please let me be invited to this. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
I
always a
actually do
good
want to
one to
ask
like pick
you,
his brain on stuff.
if you had to give advice to someone who wants to get into wrestling and
Yeah.
maybe taking upon what you've been taught, like any lessons that have been drilled to your head that
Yeah.
you've taken with you in your wrestling journey, what would you
Yeah.
advise them, or even like a younger Denzel Mack?
Um, I would say when I first started, the thing I struggled with the most was just like
Mhm.
performing stuff. So I would say just the more that you can allow yourself to be vulnerable, the better that just makes you overall, I
I
think.
like it. I like
Because
it.
I was always so scared of just like selling because I just felt silly and stuff and like making noise on the ring.
Yeah,
And now I shut up like 20 times. So yeah, it's done something.
that's it, mate. I do like your. There's one match with Denzel, and there's another match with Denzel in the crowd, as I said last week. I'm quite proud
And
of
then
that
the
line. But
commentators and then the ring announcer. And then Denzel announcer. That guy's always calling me Victor Lee in the ring or something. He's always doing something right on my.
I was not going to say anything. You mentioned it, not me.
He did it last week in the triple threat.
Uh,
I think I said something to him for like the crowd to hear, and then he just went to me. I'll call you Victor Lee in a minute.
oh, mate, Denzel, thank you for your time, mate. I know
Thank
we had to
you.
rearrange this like a few days later, but it means a
Yeah,
lot. I'm so glad to have you on. I know I'm going to be having you back on in a few years, and
hopefully, definitely.
sky's the limit, my man. Honestly, you're
Thank you.
absolutely smashing it. Where can the listeners find you on social media when they want to keep up to date with what you've got lined up with your wrestling career for the rest of the year?
All my matches and opponents, future victims, will be posted onto my Instagram account at Denzel Mac underscore PW, I think, or Denzel Mac PW underscore, one of the two. Yeah,
I will
learn
put the
that.
correct social media handle in the description below. Give Denzel
Yes.
a follow. Uh, give me a follow. My social media handles in the description below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. But for now, everyone, have a great weekend and God
Thank
bless
you.
America. That is not me supporting Trump, but it's charted in America. Okay, honestly, talk to the show. But
Going
take care, everyone.
global.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for What Do You Call It? Podcast.